Yes, you're still on to Galaxy Today Live, reaching you here at Galaxy Television for this beautiful Tuesday, the 26th of April. Now, like we told you before, today we want to look at the implications of foreign aid to Nigeria. In whose interest is for what exactly is foreign aid? We'll begin by getting across to Joel Cooper in Rhode Island, the United States of America. He's director of Business Partnership Center at the Roger Williams University. He's been in that position from the year 2014 till date. Hello, are you there? Oh, nice. Beautiful. Now, let's just get straight to business. What exactly, in conventional terms, is foreign aid? Because it's been a term often used. I want Nigerians, and in fact those watching us all over the world, to know what exactly is foreign aid. Let's start with that.
So foreign aid is when people are helped a country, in this case, the United States, provides foreign aid to many countries. But honestly, it's really meet the needs of the country supplying the foreign aid. So it's always going to be in the country's interest. And it's certainly in the United States' best interest to help Nigeria.
Of the relationship between foreign aid and economic development is crucial when we're talking about the impact of foreign aid either on economic growth or on the development of developing economies or countries.
Absolutely. We, United States, provide a good sum of money, for instance, to Nigeria, and that's for things such as healthcare, some military aid in the fight of terrorism, also against AIDS and other diseases such as malaria, was just listed in your report. So it's really important to the United States, in our case, to provide aid, stability, and help to grow. It's good for business. It's good for trade, and certainly something good for education. Foreign aid provided by the United States agencies are specifically targeted for education for children in particular.
Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty of it. What is the difference between a loan and a foreign aid?
Well, that's a great point. A loan is when a country provides money and expects it to be returned. And that might be with or without interest, depending on the amount of foreign aid. In other cases, there is no loan, and it's strictly money provided to a country without major strings attached. I know in the United States, our foreign aid requires a certain amount of transparency, and that means that the receiving country needs to be able to report what was used and how it was used, and that it wasn't misused money.
Now, another thing that I'm sure that a whole lot of people would like to ask is what at the time, what does developing economies like Nigeria and others in Africa, what aid do countries like Nigeria and developing countries need?
Well, they certainly need stability of governmental affairs. And that means that groups like Boko Haram and terrorist groups that threaten the stability of a country are in Nigeria's interest and interest of the United States of America. I can't speak for our government, but I know that it's a number one issue. But a second issue is stability. We want a country to be stable, and we want business to thrive in that country so that we can have trade between us, which is good economically for both parties.
Thing that I'm sure the Nigerians will be interested in knowing is looking at most foreign agreements, there seem to be one benefiting more than the other. I mean, so which body monitors to ensure that the value of both bartered items are the same so that we avoid exploitation?
Well, it's also a great question. And I think exploitation is in the eyes of the beholder, because country of national interest that supplant those of others. And the example is, in a way, the United States has increased military aid and may not have increased domestic aid to Nigerians. Now, in the long term, safety and security is more important than anything else, but nonetheless, it necessarily immediate pocketbook and assist in trade, education, healthcare. So one might say that's exploitation, where people perceive that no greater help has been provided by government, and they don't see that help since it's military assistance uh, carrying more balance than it did at one time.
Okay, just before we let you go, what happens? Are there repercussions if I, for example, as a country, decide to renege on the agreement of a foreign aid? What are the repercussions? I could, in the middle of the chain, decide that okay, I don't want this foreign aid anymore. I don't need it. I want it ending at this time. Are there repercussions?
There probably are some repercussions. In first way, it might be that you lose aid that was important for healthcare and education. On the other hand, thing to know that a country can become self-reliant and become more healthy. And quite frankly, there's a lot of countries in the world that the United States has helped and needs to help. And with the economy in the States as it is, not so great that it can help every country in the world develop, despite the fact that that's probably needed.
Yeah, I've been listening with rapt attention to what you've been saying so far, but I would like to, direct this talk towards a recent development in Nigeria. Of course, I'm sure you would have heard that the Chinese government has offered to help Nigeria with our transportation infrastructure. That is, they're helping us to build our railway system, amongst other things. Now, I want to know, how is this kind of offer really different from the kind of aid we've gotten from Europe or even America in the past?
Well, every country has its own best interest at stake, as well as helping other nations. So the Chinese government has its own objectives, and the United States has different objectives, and European countries have other objectives. So it's really in the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians to evaluate their best interest and to see what kinds of requirements and strings that are attached are in the best interest of Nigeria. And that would be true, I would think, in any time when an evaluation is needed, carefully before you accept things that might have strings attached.
All right, we'd like to thank you indeed for your contributions this morning. Thank you so very much for joining us all the way from the United States of America. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Have yourself a good day. All right, that has been Mr. Joel Cooper. He's Director of Business Partnerships Center at the Roger Williams